Hasan hates his Discord 100%. Yeah, I wish that I had any reference to that, but I got banned from Hasan's Discord a bajillion years ago. I only got reminded about it today. I was watching Hasan on stream, because I have no life, and he was talking about his Discord, and I thought, I should join his Discord to see the cringe. But then, I was banned, and I thought, when the fuck did that happen? And then I remembered, his mods despise me. His mods are like full-on, 100%, full tilt, like, insanely hated me back 2 years ago, and I bet they probably still do. I remember the drama that got me banned from there. Why'd you get banned? I think it was like, I think it was back during the drama with Hasan. Guys, I know that it's hard to imagine now, but for a brief length of time, Hasan and I were about the same size. Do you guys remember those days? That would have been in, like, early 2000, or maybe, like, like early 2000 or so. For a brief length of time before Hasan fully adopted the, like, early 2020, sorry, not 2000, 2020, sorry, similar, okay. Early 2020, I think that he and I were about the same size, but then he entered the normie bomb zone. And hey, it fucking worked. No hate to a player. Anyway, for a brief length of time, him and I were about the same size, which is hard to believe now, but what happened was, Trainwrecks, you know, the gambling streamer, he was going to do a 2v2 debate with Destiny and Hasan versus Nick Fuentes and Sargon of Akkad, okay? But Hasan wanted to pull out of that debate for some reason. I forget the particulars. I think he was beefing with Trainwrecks at the time. He was beefing with them. So Hasan seemed like he was pulling out. So I messaged Trainwrecks, who I hadn't talked to before, and I said, like, hey, you know, like, if Hasan's not able to do it, I would like to do it. But then word got out, and then I said that publicly. I didn't want it to be like a snaky thing. I said, like, yeah, you know, I'll take that place if Hasan's not willing to do it. But then Hasan got really fucking mad at me. That was still really weird. I have no idea why he got, like, mad at me about that. But he got really, really, really mad at me. He was posting in his Discord about how I was like a snake who was like trying to steal his thing or whatever, and I was like, damn, man, I thought you were backing out of it. I just, you know, maybe he thought that was supposed to burn you. Well, I think that he thought I was just, I think that to Hasan, he didn't back out fully, so it seemed like I was being a clout shark, but from everyone else's perspective, it looked like Hasan had fully backed out, in which case my action was reasonable. By the way, this is like a memory I have that's like 2 years old, you know? So I'm trying to remember this as best as I can. Anyway, Hasan did end up going through with it, and the whole debate was a goddamn meme fest, so, you know, you get what you get. So anyway, the debate ended up going through, but Hasan's mods were like shit-talking me so hard. I actually went into Hasan's Discord at the time, and like he was talking with his mods, they were all like, I was in there and they were like, oh, it's the snake Vaush. It's something like that. It was just some weird petty bullshit. But it was like really weird and obsessive. Anyway, I got banned from there and have been banned since. I need to get somewhere quick. And nowadays, those guys probably hate me for a million more reasons. I mean, you know, I've not gotten less controversial since back then. I have only increased in controversy since that point. So. You know how it is. Yes, his Discord used to be full of tankies. I actually was mad at Hasan about that for a while. I felt like he enabled tankies too much. But, to Hasan's credit, the dude did end up coming out against tankies pretty hardcore, you know? Back when Hasan, like, really started getting, like, larger, I felt like he was ignoring the tanky shit, but then he, like, spoke out against it pretty hard. I'm like, cool. Fuck yeah. Not gonna bitch about that. He still has tankies in his chat. Usually he talks shit about MLs. Yeah, for sure, I think so. When he sees dumb shit along with the crusty anarchists, I'm fine with that. I don't care about people getting called crusty anarchists. I think there are people who meet that description. I think that for the most part, Hasan pushes generally a pretty reasonable, like, version of leftism. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of leftists online. A lot of them are, like, impotent sock dems who, like, refuse to engage in anything beyond advocating for higher taxes. A lot of them are full-on fucking authoritarian tankies. A lot of them are, like, crazy anti-electoral anarchists and, like, ultra-leftists who are incapable of touching grass. And I think that of all these groups, Hasan, for the most part, has got pretty generally reasonable perspective on all this, you know? I don't agree with everything, but I do think it would be nice if Hasan committed himself to some kind of larger political project. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like canvassing or doing a giant GoFundMe fundraiser or whatever like that. I just mean like if he sort of attached himself to some like big thing. Lord knows he is the size. I'm large enough that if I did a big canvassing thing, I could get local newspapers talking. Hasan could get national papers talking. So I think it would be worthwhile. Doesn't he plan to? Maybe. If he does, that's Pog. I don't know Hasan's opinion on gun control. I think Hasan's gun control takes are pretty close to yours. Yeah, I just think that it's like a sinkhole of time and energy that lefties in America shouldn't be wasting their time on. Maybe if you live in another country, I think maybe you should do more React Andy shit. I do React Andy shit all the time. I do it constantly. I don't think I'm lacking for React Andy shit. It's just a matter of being able to draw into normies. The thing that I fear more than anything else with regards to my content is that I've reached the upper limit of audience saturation for what I do. That, like, at the end of the day, I'm so controversial that it doesn't matter how much content I produce. Everyone who will ever hear about me has already formed negative opinions about me. That's like the big doomer worry. I don't actually think that's true. It might be more of a problem for me to overcome than others, but I don't think the worst case scenario of that is true. I found you a couple weeks ago, even though I've heard horrible shit for years. I'm glad I gave you a shot. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I appreciate people being willing to give that a shot. That's actually very uplifting. I think a lot of bread/left tubers are at some kind of wall right now. That's always going to happen with political content creators during a non-election year, you know? But there are ways around it. You just have to... Oh, God. You have to find ways to work on projects outside of, like, just straight-on politics, you know? Like doing normie stuff. Unironically, Hasan alternating between news coverage and reacting to, like, My 30-Day Fiancé is some of the best shit we've gotten for the left online in years. You know? Like, if you really want to be an effective advocacy for leftism, you cannot expect every person who consumes your content to be some kind of, like, you know, beret-wearing, black jacket-wearing, like, anarchist, you know what I mean? I want people to engage with leftism the same way they engage with heavy pro wrestling, okay? I want normies to come home after a long day of work, you know? Watch, like, whatever the fuck Jersey Shore is happening right now, like, you know, whatever the modern reality show TV shit people are watching is, The Bachelor. Bachelor in Paradise, there we go. I want them to watch The Bachelor in Paradise, and then I want them to turn on a leftist YouTuber who's scream reacting to, like, a music video, you know? And then at the end, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, fuck the bourgeois or something. That's what I want, okay? The left needs to get better in getting people drawn into their politics without, like, explicit, hardcore political content creation 24/7. Oh, thank you, Gray Skies. Oh, I'm glad you're here in chat now. I really appreciate that. I get so much kindness from my audience. You people are way the fuck too nice to me. It's actually kind of jarring because I get so much hate online in general that the relative kindness of my audience is, you know? It can sometimes the dissonance, the contrast can actually be quite abrasive. Not that I dislike the kindness. I love it. I'm just saying it's an abrupt and jarring transition. In short, the left needs to learn how to have fun. That's why people like ContraPoints, right? ContraPoints will probably always be the biggest bread tuber because ContraPoints is just fucking fun. It's just fun. Is that a butt plug? Is this a joke? Guys, it's a fucking stamp handle.